Hello, this video is going to be about what's on the child support reform petition, and I'm going to show you how you can go to it if you want to look at it, but I will also attach the link below. I went to change.org, okay, and I typed in actually modern day reform because I had forgotten what it's called. Then I just clicked on search and it gave it to me right here. So now I'm going to click where it says read more. There's a video as well, but I'm going to read what's on there. Okay, it says, please note, the following guidelines are based on the average circumstance governing divorce and out-of-wedlock childbirths. As in all cases, there shall be special exceptions made on a case-by-case basis. And I guess that's childsupportreformnow.com. They probably have a website. I'll click on it in a little bit. Let me just go ahead and read what's on the petition so you can see what's on there before you sign it. Okay, it says, in order to prevent the high number of parents committing suicide, children committing suicide, parents becoming homeless, runaway children, drug addicted children, children turning to gangs and crime, parents and children suffering from parental alienation, a condition by which the non-custodial parent is kept from the child and the child is manipulated to believe that they have been abandoned. Due to the unconstitutional and corrupt family court system, we hereby demand: Number 1, stop Title 1, I think it's 5-D. I'm not sure. Funding to all states immediately. The financial incentive for the family courts to collect child support have proven to corrupt legislation and destroy lives. Title 5-D is our Social Security funds, which every taxpayer contributes toward. Number 2, immediately cease granting sole custody to one parent if and when both parents are equally capable of raising the child with 50-50 custody. Currently, children are awarded to the mother as the custodial parent 85% time. Studies have revealed that when children have access to both parents equally, they are far more likely to develop into happier and healthier adults. Number 3, when 50-50 custody is granted, there shall be no child support paid by either parent, except that when given willingly or in times of emergency. Number 4, where 50-50 custody is not possible. Let me read that again. Where 50-50 custody is not possible or not mutually agreed upon, child support rules shall follow. Non-custodial parent will pay 12% of their net income in all states. Currently, child support awards are calculated at 20 to 30% of gross income for one child, and given the custodial parent as tax-free income. Child support will increase 3% per additional child. Child support payments will be reduced by 1% per 48 hours visitation. The absolute limit, The absolute limit to be paid is $1,200 a month for 1 or 2 children, and $2,000 a month for 3+ children, regardless of income. The cost to raise a child, if split between 2 parents, equates to no more than $570 a month. Let me read that again. The cost to raise a child, if split between 2 parents, equates to no more than $570 a month. Middle class family living in a non-rural area, according to the USDA's exaggerated projections. Rural areas equate to $450 a month. Both figures include healthcare costs. Let me read that again. The cost to raise a child, if split between 2 parents, equates to no more than $570 a month. That means that together, that's what it would cost if you split it between 2 parents. Okay, so the cost to raise a child, if split between 2 parents, equates to no more than $570 a month. Middle class family living in a non-rural area, according to the USDA's exaggerated projections. Rural areas equate to $450 a month. Both figures include health care costs. 4A. Military members and veterans. Basic allowance for housing, disability compensation, and education benefits shall not be included as income. Military members and veterans' basic allowance for housing, disability compensation, and education benefits shall not be included as income. 4B. Child support money from the non-custodial parent will be placed into a special account, and there will be issued a child support debit card. The card may only be used to purchase the basic needs of the child, such as food, fuel, children's clothing, utility bills, not including cable, and medical expenses. But I think they should have said 1/4 of the utility bill. Okay. And medical expenses. For those who argue a portion of rent must be paid for as well, need to consider that both parents must be able to use the child, and therefore each parent should be solely responsible for their own rent cost. I'm going to go ahead and reread that again. Child support money from the non-custodial parent will be placed into a special account, and there will be issued a child support debit card. The card may only be used to purchase the basic needs of the child, such as food, fuel, children's clothing, utility bills, not including cable, and medical expenses. For those who argue a portion of rent must be paid for as well. Need to consider that both parents must be able to house the child, and therefore each parent should be solely responsible for their own rent costs. The debit card will be linked to an online account which can be accessed and monitored by the non-custodial parent so that he or she may ensure the integrity of all expenditures. For C, either parent refusing to take custody or denying custody at the allotted time period may request a hearing to rectify the conflict. Denying custody rights shall be punishable by a fine of $250 for each offense. Refusal to take custody for non-medical, non-military, or non-emergency purposes for any period greater than 30 days may result in a custody shift and a child support order using the above calculations. Number 5. Child support collection shall be treated as every other form of civil debt and never punishable by jail or any license suspension or denied visitation. Men or women who simply refuse to pay will destroy their own credit, their relationship with their child, and ultimately fall victim to their own guilt. When laws are fair and child support calculations are feasible, there is no reason for a man or woman not to pay. The statute of limitations on placing a child support order upon a man who had no prior knowledge of the child is 12 months from the time of the child's birth. Okay, I don't remember where I left off. I was gone for like 6 hours. Okay, I'm going to read number 6 again. The statute of limitations on placing a child support order upon a man who had no prior knowledge of the child is 12 months from the time of the child's birth. There is no reason to not inform a man that he is a father. Any mother who purposefully withholds that she is pregnant and is caught sandbagging a child for future income and retroactive child support is a clear perpetrator of fraud and should be investigated to the fullest extent. Fathers who willingly dodge responsibility after becoming aware of the child anytime within the 12 months and who do not wish for 50-50 custody shall be ordered to pay child support using the above calculations. Child support orders become altered as shown below. Upon the occurrence of remarriage by the custodial parent. Marriage is a legally binding contract wherein the new partner, not biologically related to the child, has agreed to mutual responsibility for all fiduciary matters, legal matters, child matters, and household matters. Visitation custody for the opposing parent does not change unless done so willingly. When the custodial parent is remarried and the combined income of the custodial parent and new spouse meet or exceed an amount which sufficiently cares for the children, then the non-custodial's child support payments are paid into a trust fund for the child or children. The trust fund can be accessed by the child at the age of 18 and used as they see fit, where child support is paid for multiple children. The child support amount shall divide into multiple trust funds equally. Number 8. A man who is not married to the mother has the right to legally abort his parental rights within the first 9 months of pregnancy. or within 9 months of gaining knowledge of the child. This may seem cold and callous. I don't know how to say that. But the truth is, when the financial incentive to have babies is removed from women, the rate at which such women become irresponsibly pregnant will decline drastically. Equal rights, equal rights. Women have the right to contraception, morning after pill, abortion, adoption, or legal abandonment of the child, and thus so shall a man. Consent to sex is not consent to parenting. Biology is not destiny. Custodial parents who move the child, it's the number 9. Custodial parents who move the child out of state must pay for travel of the child to the non-custodial's residence and may not collect child support during which time the child is residing with non-custodial parent when it exceeds 30 days. Number 10. False accusations against either parent by either parent shall be considered a criminal offense, punishable by law. Perjury runs rampant in family courts and is encouraged by lawyers. If lawyers are found guilty of promoting any misrepresentation of the facts, they shall be disbarred. However, if the reform actions outlined in this petition come into effect, there will be little need for lawyers in family court. We the people demand that these changes become implemented immediately and that all agents of the family court, child support agencies, divisions of health, and the like are made accountable for all the damages that have been caused by the current corrupt and unjust system. The above rules have the true best interests of the child in mind and will help to prevent a very large percentage of pregnancies because the financial incentive to have babies will become non-existent. Sign this petition today and share it. Thank you. If you would like to help fund this movement, you may do so at the following link. Donate as little or as much as you like. Money is used to promote family law reform as follows. Every $10 promotes petition to 100 new people online. All other money goes to funding picketed protests, travel, flyers, and food. Thank you for any support. So guys, we're almost at 20,000 supporters here. I don't know what that is. Okay, so I just wanted to read the petition. I will put the link below. So sign it. If you want to start your own petition, something maybe relevant to what's going on with your situation, you can go to change.org. Let me play this video for you.
Your child support liens may be placed on other property. When you sell the property, the sale proceeds will be applied towards your license suspensions. Your driver's license and your business, trade, or professional license can be suspended. You may be unable to get a fishing, boating, or hunting license. Tax refund and lottery intercept. Your federal and state tax refunds and lottery winnings can be intercepted to pay your child support. Passport denial or revocation. If you owe more than $2,500 in child support, you will not be able to get a passport or your passport will be revoked. State criminal prosecution. You can be convicted of a misdemeanor or even a felony under state law for failing to pay child support. Federal criminal prosecution. If you have willfully failed to pay child support for longer than a year, or you owe more than $5,000 and your child lives in another state, you can be fined or sent to jail for up to 6 months, or both. If you are convicted a second time, or if you willfully fail to pay child support for longer than 2 years, or you owe more than $10,000 and your child lives in another state, you could be fined or sent to prison for up to 2 years, or both. Inability to pay can be an offense, but it's up to you to prove you can't pay, and not up to the prosecutor or other parent to prove you can. You are not unable to pay if you are voluntarily unemployed or underemployed.
Well, twice a year, each county in New Jersey is swept for so-called deadbeat parents. In our area, nearly 400 people were arrested this month for not paying child support.
He knows how it is, and he knows that he doesn't help out. So, yeah, it's a shame, you know.
The shame, according to Sharon Perro, is that her 12-year-old son is disappointed in his own father for not paying child support.
The parent who's not receiving the child support is, doing all the work, and while the other parent is, just not doing anything, really.
At the same time, some parents who do pay child support fear the money isn't always going to the child.
She's going to be getting her nails done, or he's going to be getting shoes.
For those who are caught not paying, officials in Gloucester, Burlington, and Camden counties all said that they often seek payment agreements over jail time.
We don't want to lock you up and throw you in jail just and let you sit, because then, who's the winner in that?
According to Camden resident Al Banks, the issue goes beyond money and back to basic responsible parenting.
Money is very important, but time spent with your kids is just as equally, if not more important.
We have just a lot of different groups here asking for the governor to veto Senate Bill 668, which is a so-called alimony bill, but they also threw in the 50-50 time sharing custody of children part of the bill, which is very, very bad for children. Very, very bad for children. Very, very bad for children.
Even if you have 50-50 time sharing and one of you makes more than the other, well, there's going to be child support. I didn't really have a problem with paying the child support as long as it's set to a reasonable level and I still have something to live on. But I got a commission check for 1 month, and the worker that had been assigned from Ontario Works to look over this case took it that commission check would be added every single week, almost doubling my income. And brought me down to the courthouse about 6 times over the course of the next few months, trying to get the child support raised up to a $50,000 a month income or a year income. I've been locked into the courthouse now at that $25,000 a year income, even though by going to court all that time, I lost the job, and now I'm making about $300 a month with child support payments of $700 a month. So, it's been locked into the courts, and despite my best efforts, I haven't been able to get it changed. Although they said that there's a 2-year review on that process, I've been informed point blank by the lady in charge of Ontario Works that that would only be in a case where they will make money on the deal. If the amounts will drop, they don't bother.
Gina, there have been tough times though in the past, and this has got to be something more. The suicide rate's going through the roof. It's got to be something about not having faith in the future.
Charles, I hate to say this, but after I did your segment last night about this exact topic, I also got more mail than I've ever gotten from any hit that I've ever done, because I think there are so many people who are experiencing this and seeing it in their own lives. You're right. The suicide rates are up 40% among white men. Also, they are #1 to die of alcohol or opiate abuse. Prescription drug use is through the roof. And this is the numbing, but you're absolutely, you just nailed it, Charles, when you said there has to be something more than the economy. The economy is a sad partner of a cultural emasculation that has taken place. When we are constantly harping on men as if they're the problem in our society, we shouldn't be surprised when they don't understand the role. A guy can't even open a door for a woman anymore and know if he's going to get yelled at, Charles. That is the sickening partner of this horrible economy that has impacted what were traditionally providers of our economy. So it's a very sad state.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Albrock had a monthly obligation of $265.22. It was a 4-month purge period with a sentence of 20 days. Mr. Albrock has complied at a 46% rate. He's paid $495 of a total of $1,060.88, leaving him $610.88 short.
Okay, Mr. Albrecht, could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Please say it. Okay, do you agree with what Mr. Buckmeyer is representing about payments?
Yes.
Okay, so why the shortfall?
I haven't been working too much, but I showed him the pay stubs, but I have been working. I'm putting as much as I can.
When you say you showed him the pay stubs, are they taking it out as a wage withholding?
No, I've been on my own.
So are you working for an employer where we could get a wage withholding?
Yes and no. I'm like on call. When they need me, they call me in. I do maintenance, everything else.
So what you're telling me is you're not going to get a W-2 for the year?
Yeah, I will.
You will get a W-2, so there could be a wage withholding.
Yeah, if you could.
Did you give Mr. Buckmeyer the information about your employer?
You did, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay.
I just would like the money that's due to me.
Showed you the pay stubs.
Okay, Mr. Albrecht, but the point is the court expects you to work full-time, and the court expects the support to come in the full amount every month.
I understand.
So yes and no really doesn't get us where we need to be. And my review of the file says we've had this conversation before or something like it. So can you get 40 hours a week from this employer?
I can't say for sure. No.
Well, Mr. Albrecht, I'm going to find that you haven't purged the contempt because you really didn't get there. You're up for 20 days in the Medina County Jail, and I'm going to impose a sentence effective immediately.
Well, then she won't get her money for it.
She's not getting it anyway.
I'll watch on that. Thank you.
Mr. Albrecht.
Your Honor.
You believe your spouse is hiding assets. There are many ways we can find out where these assets are being held. We can hire a private investigator, we can send out subpoenas to various banks, and also we will look at the documents that your spouse will provide to my office.
Well, Bill, Monday, Shaw was to appear in court for a child support hearing for the very daughter he's accused of killing.
We have a problem, a fundamental problem, with the way that divorces are handled, with the way that parents are systematically removed from a child's life, even if they're fit. If a father is a fit father and a mother is a fit mother, I don't know why the court should begin at a presumption of equal custody if it's possible.
Vancouver police say stabbing victim Bill Upmore was a customer inside the IQ Credit Union Tuesday when prosecutors say Tamar DeGraff walked in wearing a hoodie and robbed it. When Upmore grabbed the fleeing robber, the man stabbed Upmore with a kitchen knife. In court documents, police say DeGraff told them he robbed the credit union to get money to pay child support.
That federal affidavit reads like something out of a B-movie script where Enid Collins plays the ex-wife who allegedly asked a friend to hire a hitman to kill her ex-husband because she was angry over having to pay child support for their 2 teenage daughters. But what she didn't know was that her friend had gone to police and that federal agents have recordings of their phone conversations.
See, like I said, come here, baby. Come
here.
It's okay, Madison, listen to me, baby, listen. Remember I told you you're gonna talk to the judge? Remember I told you get to talk to the judge, okay?
Okay.
You get to talk to the judge, okay, baby?
Okay.
It's gonna be okay. Remember I told you it's gonna be okay? It's gonna be okay, baby. Look at Daddy. Is Daddy crying? You see me crying? It's gonna be okay. Okay, baby? It's gonna be okay. Daddy's not crying. It's gonna be okay. But listen, you guys have to ride to court with mommy, okay? You have to ride in the car with mommy.
Okay.
The judge said, if I put you in my car, the judge is gonna get me. I'm gonna get in trouble by the judge.
Witnesses at the scene described a car crash, angry words over child support, a hostage situation, and multiple gunshots. In the aftermath, a woman was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening gunshot wounds.
Women have fought for their equal rights to vote, to work. There's just as many women in college. The governor himself says he's created 1 million great jobs in this state. There's no reason why divorced women cannot go work unless they're disabled or some extenuating circumstances where they're taking care of a disabled child. That is completely understandable. But for there to be just these unruly issues. I currently make $41,600 a year working for the state. Because of an income deduction order, I only get $840 a month. I spent a year getting my kids back 50-50. In the first, they took them away, and I had to fight for them to get them back. And when I got them back, the judge financially destroyed me, so I had no money. I eat ramen noodles.
46-year-old Howard Wayne Lewis had nothing to say to reporters as authorities walked him into the Walker County Jail this afternoon. Last July, 18-month-old Aiden Benjamin Lewis and his grandmother, Shonda Crawford, were found violently murdered in their home near Huntsville. Deputies say Lewis was fighting with the boy's mother over child support payments and custody.
Dada. Can you say Dada? Can you say Dada, you owe us a lot of money?
Your Honor, we have a support order for $1,162 per month. And the current outstanding child support arrears as of this date, Your Honor, is $34,684.40. The child support arrears periodic payment is $338. And the applicant has voluntarily sent in $200 since the effective date of the order, Your Honor. We also just recently received from the IRS, an IRS intercept in the amount of $2,913.60. Came into our office on December 4th. It has been dispersed to the applicant.
Order is dated actually July 12, 2011, not 2012. And in addition, Mr. Morse had referenced the $1,162 a month, which that is accurate, but there was also in that July 12, 2011 order, Mr. Koenig was to pay Ms. Prescott $1,162 plus $338 within 30 days from that order, July 12, 2011 order. In addition, he was supposed to pay $2,324 within 5 days of that July 12, 2011 order. So the total amount Mr. Koenig was court ordered to pay within 30 days of the July 12, 2011 order was $4,500. And just so Your Honor is aware, after that $4,500 payment within the 30 days of the July 12, 2011 order, Mr. Koenig was then, after that, required to pay a total of $1,500 a month to Ms. Prescott thereafter, which consists of a $1,162 plus $338 payment.
Today's hearing, sir, is a show cause hearing to determine whether or not you are in compliance with the court order referenced by Mr. Morse and Attorney Casa regarding the payment of child support.
Yes, sir. And I believe I am. I think I'm a bit confused on why we're here. I think disagree. Mistake. You ordered that. Hold on, I have it here. You made an order that Attorney Shelburne, I hope I said her name right, would sign the house over on my behalf to Sarah Cat. That was to be done before November 2nd. And having received no communications from Ms. Shelburne or any